And tonight we have a video for you, and it's Glenn Dickhead Beck, of course, and the video, we'll play that here right now.
Apparently the hashtag YesAllWomen went viral this weekend. Boston.com's headline said everyone needs to read hashtag YesAllWomen. No, you really don't. Politicians like Keith Ellison tweeted, take a moment tonight and really read hashtag YesAllWomen for your mother, your sister, and your friends. Really, Keith? Time highlighted some of the most powerful tweets from the latest hashtag activism du jour. I love this. Because every single woman I know has a story about a man feeling entitled to access her body. Every single one. Hashtag YesAllWomen. I have a boyfriend. It's the easiest way to get a man to leave you alone because he respects another man more than you. Yes, all women. I've spent 19 years teaching my daughter how not to be raped. Boy, that must be fun, huh? How long have you spent teaching your son not to rape? All of his life? Men are afraid that a woman will laugh at them. Women are afraid that men will kill them. Margaret Atwood. Nothing like turning a tragic shooting into a chance for some good old-fashioned man-bashing here.
Ugh, Beck and his fucking ilk. Oh, my God. He thinks that, oh, yeah, because all women want to, bring awareness to this issue. But that's an issue to bash men. Glenn, you have fucking clue zero. Joe, your thoughts?
The whole point of that hashtag was for women to speak about what it's like to be a woman dealing with men who want them for sex, and for men to read it and not respond, just absorb and try and get in their minds what it's like for women living in a world where all men want to have sex with them. And what does Glenn Beck do? He goes and makes a video replying to the hashtag, completely negating the whole point of the hashtag is to just shut up and listen and try and understand the point of view of women. And he defeated the purpose there. Now, he mentioned in there I've been teaching my daughter for 19 years to not be raped. Well, what about your son? Why haven't you taught him to not rape? When I was in high school, I don't know if I've told this story on the podcast before, but when I was in high school, they actually, in gym class, had us do rape training.
Really?
And whenever I mention this to anyone, I'm like, oh, in high school we did rape training. They're like, what the fuck is rape training? I'm like, I don't know, it's just what they called it. Well, what they did was they separated the boys and the girls, and the female coaches took all the girls into the girls' locker room, and the male coaches took all the boys into the boys' locker room, and the male coaches made us watch this horrible, badly acted Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon movie about date rape. And it was about this girl who was like, I'm not sure if I want to do it. And the boyfriend was like, oh, come on, baby, you know how much I love you. And they go on a date, and he winds up raping her, and she calls the cops, and he's like, why'd you do this to me? She's like, why'd you do this to me? And, it's right. So then we finished watching the movie, and the coaches come out. One of them was the football coach. The other one was the baseball coach. They come out, and they stand there in front of us with this, square jaw and, firm tone of voice, and they say, all right, boys, you listen up, and you listen up good. If a woman says no, that means no. I don't care how she's dressed. I don't care if she's giving you blue balls. I don't care if she led you on. I don't care if you bought her 10 drinks. She says no, that means no. You got that? And we all sank into our seats like yes, coach, we got that. And then afterwards, they let us go, and I ran out, and all the girls were coming out of the girls' locker room, and I ran up to one of my friends. I was like, yo, they talked to us about date rape and stuff. What did they talk to you about? And she was like, they told us about where to park our cars in parking lots.
Oh, my God.
To look for streetlights, to make sure you park it under a streetlight. If you know you're coming back at night, to look for lighted pathways, to if you're going out to your car at night and it's dark and it's lonely, put your keys through your fingers so that you can use it as a weapon if you had to. And then they had them practice self-defense maneuvers, how to kick someone in the balls if they're coming at you,
When you said they practiced parking maneuver or park maneuvers, I thought there's we're going to do something completely unrelated, just they're going to show them a cartoon.
No. It was thinking ahead, if I'm coming back at night, I should park my car under a street light,
right?
So that there's a lamp shining on my car instead of parking it at the edge of the parking lot in the daytime and then coming back at night and it's completely in the dark.
Right.
That's
No,
what I meant.
a good idea.
So
okay.
so I was like, oh wow, I can't believe you talked about that. That's amazing. And they're like, yeah. So I think every high school should have that kind of conversation with their students.
Absolutely. I agree. That should be. I think that should be a conversation that they should have in the schools as well. Did you have any last thoughts on that?
I think Glenn Beck's an idiot.
Yes, absolutely.
He obviously did not listen to the women who were speaking out. He interpreted those tweets as speaking out against men. No, like that. No way. Like that. Those were honest, sincere. What it's like to be a woman tweets, and he's sitting there like, you're just bad mouthing. No. Wrong answer. Wrong
answer.
Idiot.
Yeah, he is an idiot. Connie, your thoughts?
Well, let me just say that Beck is a smarmy, petulant, dismissive dick. No one cares what he has to say but him, and he's just jealous because no man actually wants him. But
Glenn, you're not going to get raped by your boyfriend tonight. I'm sorry.
I know. I don't really think about being afraid, and yet whenever I watch this or read the tweets, I'm like, the fact is, I purposely make all my errands during the day, and if I have to go out at night, I'm nervous. Last year I had some guy, he's probably homeless, approach me outside of a dollar store, and he wanted to sell me some stuff, some junk that he had. He had like something he picked out of somebody's garbage, and I was like, no, thank you. And he reached over to touch me, and I took 3 steps back, and he looked really apologetic. He didn't mean it, but at the same time, so yeah, I mean, there's a fear there. What I have to say, Joe, actually about what you said, I find it interesting that there were 2 such different talks. And for me, I look at it, and maybe it's a bunny trail, but this is a thought that's only come to me this last year, is that as a wife, I could be raped. I was like, disclaimer, I'm not talking about my husband. My husband is really, really great.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that, I never talk about my first marriage, but in my first marriage, there were a lot of times I did not want to have sex. I told my husband I didn't want to have sex, and it happened when he wanted it to happen. And I look at that differently now, and I think about that. I go, you know what? No, it should be a mutual consent thing.
Absolutely.
Just because you're
Absolutely.
not,
Yep.
Because in the Bible they say that women should submit to their husbands no matter what.
Exactly.
And if the husband, the guy wants sex, you're supposed. Doesn't matter if you're in the mood, you have a headache, you have a broken leg, broken sternum, whatever. As long as you're able to spread your legs, you're good to go.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Consent is there. It needs to be there, even if you're a spouse.
Right.
Right. And I this hashtag thing, I hadn't heard about it before we did the meeting, and I think it's really great. Now, my only downside to this is it was in response to the mass shooting, and women were not the only targets in that mass shooting.
Right.
There were also the person who did this hated a lot of things. He had a lot of other issues. It wasn't the overriding thing about it. But I think it's really some of these posts that women are making on the hashtag I'm sorry, what's it called again? YesAllWomen.
YesAllWomen, yes.
Are really, I mean, it's because the one that sticks out in my head, because it's easier to tell you I have a boyfriend than to tell you I'm not interested.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, because there's a lot of women out there say, I'm sorry, not that I'm not interested, I'm seeing somebody right now. Not that some guys will say, oh, hey, I'm sorry, but most guys that, like, I know a lot of guys that would just say, oh, yeah, well, he won't find out, let's do it anyway.
With that tweet, though, I do take exception, because I've used that excuse, like, oh, I have a girlfriend, and, just it's an easy way to let someone down. It's not so much of a respect thing.
Right. No, I'm sorry. Well, and again, I was hit on by a woman at the Christmas party, and I'm married. It was easier.
So
to
you've
say
used
than
it.
I'm
You've
not
used
interested.
You used
I do get that. Yeah.
I wish I had that problem, Connie. I don't get hit on by women enough on this show. The guys, Joe's hitting on me all the time, though. you know.
So you do understand.
Yeah, I do understand. Joe's hitting on me all the time.
Only over Instagram.
That's right. We got to talk about those last pictures, Joe. They weren't just artistic enough.
Yeah. Well, I used the filter, and you could still tell it was my penis.
Okay. You know, that's
draw Joe
just,
like one of your Frenchmen.
Yes. Actually, we joke about that, but the fact is that women know guys that will just you give your name or your number to somebody, and then next thing you know, women have got like 5 pictures of penises from different guys. You know, it's like, hey, how you doing? Here's my penis. It's like, whoa, you know, they I don't understand what guys think that you know the first thing you want to do is, hey, here's my cock. That's guys, you know.
Thank you.
Please stop doing this. Okay, some of us need to be a little bit more adequate. You know, then you get them interested. They say, yeah, I want to see it. Then show it to them.
Stop sending dick pics to women.
Right. Send them to Joe. His number is.
Send them to @Packard Pokes At on Twitter or email packardpokesat@gmail.com. Dick pics. Lots of dick pics.
Hashtag dick pics.
Hashtag dick pics on Packard Pokes At.
PPA dick pics.
Hashtag PPA dick pics.
With PP in there, you're gonna.
You got PP in there, so just make sure you get the PP out before you